You know, I don't think I've ever seen so many books in one place. But to think that the Steel Garrote was using those same books for their own ends. At least Dolna will answer for her treachery. Exactly right. No matter. What's done is done. I had just hoped that Pargroon knowledge could help the Pargroonen. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose. Unless there's something else you wish to discuss? How can I help, darling? These sudden changes in climb always mess with my coiffure. Does Adir have good fur maintenance products? Do you have a contact for that? Hard to keep up your routine when your home burns down, Envoy. And I'll remember that comment. Truly, just a good long brushing through all my fur alone would do wonders. I've got some time before we see Quilici again, at least. It'll give me time to find something to remind him of what he's missing. You're a dear for offering, but no. Let's give him a chance to miss me first. It'll just make our reunion all the sweeter. Quilici and I got used to the stairs early on. Thankfully, at least in Fjord, those stopped eventually. After 30 years, it's hard to still be surprised by us just drinking at the Magpie. Oh, she was still young. Quilici offered to help her study for and prepare her thesis as a favor to her parents. She was over day and night for months, and, well, now she's family. We adore her. All things considered, it's hard to complain about my life in Fjord. No, of course not. No one is perfect, but I forgive him many vices. Like, he sleeps with his socks on.
You two are adorable, you know that?
You're too sweet. As much as I enjoy our little chats, dearie, we should really get going. Oh, but if you do end up finding any liniments, be sure to help a girl out. Don't let the bedbugs bite, dearie.
Katoa and Hayako. An interesting pair. They were trying to protect their community. From your people, no less. And you killed them. Was it? I only bring it up because people are growing wary of your empire. With good reason. Just don't give them an excuse to take their anger out on us. Anyway, just wanted to get that off my chest. If I must.
Invaders in the garden!
Eckworth and Roth! Whack 10!
Someone's eager to meet us.
Another one!
Easy head!
That's all of them.
I think worth and wrath!
You asked for it.
Here we go.
Crack 10! Worth and wrath!
Check the right.
To the right.
Worth and wrath!
I need my space.
Worth and wrath! Crack 10! I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath! Worth and wrath!
On your right,
I think worth and wrath! I think worth and wrath!
I can't.
I don't want to be here. I feel like I can't feel my fingers.
We're here for you, darling. And if anyone is mean to you, I'll set them aflame.
Fine. Let's go. Let's go. I feel like I can't swallow. Is that weird?
Looks like this place hasn't seen any residents in a long time.
Yeah.
Put them down, please. Please. He speaks of song. I hear only screams. No. No. Don't fool me. Don't lie. That can't be Marius. It can't.
Marius, do you know the poor man?
Iancu. Viate. Is that you? What happened? How could this...
That. Yes, that. The land has come to take me, Marius. No. I search for meaning, but find only words.
This is Iancu. My best friend since... as far as I can remember. When did this... I should have never left you, Viate. I couldn't have known.
Patrol. Yes, on patrol. When the dream touched me, I was away and alone. Yes? Not your fault. Not yours. We met here, Marius and me. We played here. I was older, but still a child.
That doesn't... I barely remember this place.
Your forgetting is for the best, Viate. I suffered remembering the whole time. Families followed Razvan, trusted his words. He would lead them to a better life. Trusted Razvan to make them something more.
Wait. No, I remember something. Chanting? I was so scared. Stop it. I'm all right.
Razvan circled the parents around, said he would help their voices reach the stars. They took bowls full of... night. No. Death. He said to drink it while Razvan said the words.
I don't want to know what you're about to say. I don't. But why would they... Everyone dead?
I saw all the parents fall over. I knew he would come for me. I ran. I saw young Marius, too small to understand. Razvan called out for us, his voice raised to the sky.
That's when you took me to solace. You saved my life.
A new home, yes, I brought you there and they gathered you. Marius always survived. Kept me alive sometimes. Never said to stop. Never gave up.
I always thought you were a fool when we were younger. So impulsive. And now I know. You thought you'd already cheated death.
The parents in Solace said it was better to forget. Made me swear not to tell. You were happy. Never wanted to upset you. At first, yes. Later, it would have been harder not to forget.
Makes sense. No wonder it felt like everyone knew something I didn't, because they did.
But I can't focus. Can't remember. Razvan is near, making everything harder.
God, he might still be alive. That's it. We have to leave. If he's out there, we have to run.
I'm glad you found friends, Viate. They will take over when I'm gone. Found a key to Razvan's home. Search there if you want. I will only forget. No. Razvan has gripped my soul my entire life. It will be enough to know he's gone.
I am so sorry this happened to you, Viate. If I could trade places with you.
No. No, Viate. You have saved me many times over. This I wouldn't wish on you ever.
Well, I guess we'll be going now, yeah? We have to keep digging into this particular emotional scar.
I almost pity him. See you soon, Viate.
What is that? Let me see. I remember this. I think this belonged to... Everything Yonku said was true. All of it. These bones. These bones are hers. My mother. I can't. Difficult. This is blessed impossible.
The bones here. They're too new to be godless. Oh, dearie, I'm so sorry.
I don't think I can handle this right now. I need to go back.
Take your time, dearie. We're with you.
I know. Free to may you. Let's just keep looking around. I knew someone was out there. He killed everyone. He wanted to kill me.
But he didn't. Remember that, Marius. Remember that you're safe.
Years of worrying myself sick. He's out there, Envoy. This Korba is still out there. I don't know if He killed my entire village, Envoy. I think I know the contact Razvan used to seal the door. It's a poem my mother told me when I was a child. She said those words would always open doors. I never knew what she meant. If we're gonna go after Razvan, we better get to it. Before I pass out where I stand.
Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Worth and Roth!
Everybody all right? That must be the door. Oh, gods, here we go. All right, what was it? Something. Voices, something.
Worth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Worth and Roth!
Sing free our voices lifted high, our spirits laughing in the sky. Hope that did something. That was it. It worked. Someone's living here. I'm sure of it. Well, maybe it's not him.
We should be so lucky, darling.
Don't know if I'd rather see Razvan alive or dead. If he's dead, he can't hurt anyone else.
Worth and Roth!
Caution, Envoy. I see something moving in there.
Worth and Roth!
Watch yourselves.
Oh, big mistake!
Put it down! Put it down!
Whack 10! Eckworth!
Onward, watch your left!
Worth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth!
Well, that was fun.
quiet, Nimdut.
Cool rack 10! Worse than rock!
You get her in our barn!
I think worse than rock!
Yes, I hear them, but I hear things all the time. Please just let me work. Let me work.
Does he even know we're here? We could just leave.
New voices. Flesh or spirit, I should ask. The others say you're flesh, but the others are known to lie. Dream thrall. What a wonderful word for those souls you slaughtered to get here. They speak with more clarity now. I have long heard the voices of ascended beings. Beings beyond pain or hunger or death.
He thinks he's a watcher. Pathetic.
I sought to raise the voices of my flock, to raise them, to become as the voices that sang to me were. The chorus of voices that surrounded me told me lies among their truths. On that day, I sought song but only heard screams.
Duke de Dragu, Korba, you killed everyone.
I know this voice. Older now, perhaps. One of the missing ones. You have your father's tone, your mother's diction. My people were to become ascended beings, like those who spoke to me before. Voices ephemeral, wise, and never afraid. Instead, their voices became screams. From the next life they curse me. Call me killer. Call me death.
Oh no. Was there not an animancer amongst his victims to tell him that he's a watcher?
I don't care. This Korba killed my family.
But I have since found a new choir, full of life and set loose from the shackles of will and doubt. My new choir resists that which they don't understand. They hear songs of their own, but I will teach them to sing together. Perhaps one day you will join my choir as well, my little lost one. I will lead you to sing for the gods themselves.
I have run from you my whole life. And you're just a madman in a cave, talking to dream thralls.
You ran because you were afraid. Now you come back to me. My lost lamb. My tiny little bell.
You murdered a village to satisfy your sick vision of ascension. But really, you're just a lost soul down here grasping for meaning. I don't remember my parents. They obviously trusted you. But they didn't know you, did they? Not really.
They were shining souls. Their voices passionate. Their words sharp like the crack of a whip.
I see no reason to give this man a quick death. Let him rot down here, for all I care.
We've got company!
Worse than rot!
Razvan is dead. It feels hollow somehow, but I can't explain how. I don't take pride in that man's death, but at least he can't hurt anyone ever again. I've spent my whole life afraid of something I couldn't remember, and now I've found that thing and overcome it. I need to think about all this. Maybe we should check on Iancu, see how he's feeling.
We spoke before, yes? Marius? We spoke before. I knew the time would come. Goodbye becomes a happier word, day by day.
It's over, Viate. You can rest now. I promise.
Right, Viate. And so can you. Remember that. I will likely find it first. Marius has never sought peace.
Quiet, you Nimdude. I know how to seek peace if I want it.
Right, clearly. I leave you now, full of peace.
Will you be alright, Viate? What can I do to help?
Nothing more you have to do, Viate. Just keep living and try to laugh once in a while.
Right. I will miss you, Viate. I love you.
I feel so light. The circle is broken.
Thing on. Got pretty intense back there. It does feel good knowing Razvan isn't still out there. Weight off my mind.
Takes a lot of strength to go back to face something like that.
Hey, thanks. Didn't feel like strength at the time.
You faced something horrible and didn't go catatonic. That's strength. No matter what it feels like, dear.
I'm not the only one here who has sad parent stories. Giada's folks turned into plants.
Everyone is haunted by something. It just hurts when that something is family.
Right. I'm fine. Let's just leave it there. Envoy? I thought I'd feel different after dealing with Razvan. Somehow more at peace. There was this threat I didn't even know I was afraid of, and now it's gone. So why doesn't it all feel better now? I know, I just... Do you think it will ever heal completely? I like that. It's like the land overgrowing a ruined town. Whew, you've got me feeling all poetic now. Been dealing with this all my life. Someone starts acting strange, then clearly something terrible's about to happen. My people were in a cult. They believed what Razvan said. They died because he asked them to. But he wasn't behind every corner. He was stuck in a cave, babbling in mushrooms. Seems to be. Yes. I appreciate what you've done to help me. I won't forget it. Thank you for finding that amulet. It's such a small thing, but it helps. I think so. I feel like we were all raised by the community. But my parents were always there for me. There was a sense of purpose, I think. They all left Solace for a reason. They trusted Razvan. People began to act strange. My parents weren't around as much. Everyone started paying all their attention to Razvan. We all know what happened next. It was Razvan. He built up their trust and betrayed it all at once. I just wanted to thank you, Envoy. That's all.
Anyway.
Until next time.
Would you like some ice, darling?
I'm not drinking anything.
Well, I remember hearing an old wives' tale that when you're on the verge of panic, you hold some ice. It gives you something to focus on, apparently. I can magically whip up some for you if ever you need it.
Right. No thanks. I'm fine.
Envoy, what do you need? Pleasant dreams.
Right. As we were saying. Right. No thanks. I'm fine.
No need to bite my head off, darling. You can't say that Solus isn't taking things seriously.
All of the dusks is flooded with
Not
lava.
now.
And then what? Start over with nothing? We'd be beggars in the streets.
I don't like the way that lava is rising.
That's why Nanko built this sluice gates, to redirect the lava flows away.
He's not the one I'm worried
Watch
about.
yourself, Outlander.
Someone's going to have to tell the outposts.
I knew it. The moment I saw that the deer I knew it was a bad sign.
Everyone, please, do not panic. Simply exit the keep quickly and calmly. And we're all going to die. Calm yourself. You won't die as long as you listen. We already have a chance at the
Anything to report? Excellent work. Vengeance for the fallen. Thank you. This means more to me than you know. You did it? Can't believe someone took them on. Let me look at those amulets. How strange, matching half moons. May they have better fortune on their next turn around the wheel. Somewhere far away from here would be a start. I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's everything. Gods above, Envoy. I don't know what to say. Stories of your prowess and generosity will echo throughout the ages, Envoy. Here, take this. Many wardens contributed coin to thank you for the burdens you've relieved from their shoulders. I will make sure your name lives on in our hearts and minds. For as long as Solus Keep stands, you will be remembered.
Hey, you heard anything about Petru? Gods, that's a lot. Animancy? No wonder Mihala seemed pissed at him. If he's imprisoned, then I suppose that is the end of it, huh? Gods. You what? Oh gods, I could kiss you! Where is he? All right. That's hard to hear, but all right. Thank you for looking into this at all. I'm glad he's going to be safe.
Seems to be a sweetheart. Petra was lucky to have her as a friend.
Oh, Marius! Praise Abaddon! You are alive!
What's happening? Why is everyone running around like blessed fools?
The volcano erupted. Any minute now, we're going to be flooded. We're evacuating. Kostya's gone to open the lava sluice gates, but they've been disused for so long. When Forja erupted, I thought... Oh, my boy. I'm so glad you're alive. Unless you have come back to help us, Envoy, I don't have time for you. We're minutes away from being overrun by lava flows. I have to get my people out. You must leave now!
I told you everything I know. The only way to the garden fell centuries ago.
Tell that to the Steel Garrote. They found a way to the garden, and it's somewhere beneath the keep. They were about to storm your gates when the volcano erupted.
They're all dead, by the way. You're welcome.
The Steel Garrote were marching on the keep? How? Why would they think the garden was beneath Solace? He's gone below to open the sluice gates. Nandru designed the gates to direct the lava flows away from the keep, but Forja hasn't awakened in centuries.
Could Kostya have told the Steel Garrote about another entrance to the garden?
No. If such a thing existed, I can't believe it. He wouldn't. We took an oath to Nandru. The garden was our sacred duty, and he betrayed us. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. I was a fool. I have failed my duties. Kostya.
He lacks faith in the Wardens and conviction in Nandru's teachings. But I always believed he had a certain strength of character. That he could see wisdom and bow before it.
I understand how Kostya could be tempted by false notions of freedom and prosperity, but... Oh, this is entirely too much. How could he have done this? I can't believe Kostya handed the Steel Garrote a secret we protected for hundreds of years. Mayu. Who knows what he'll do with the sluice gates? He cares so little for the keep that I worry he's going to have us drowning in lava.
I will show you where Kostya has gone. If you find that he's doing anything other than opening the gates that would protect our home from the lava, I would ask that you stop him.
Mihala.
I do not wish to see him dead, but if he would risk the keep, then he risks our lives. I cannot suffer those who would harm us to live. Now I must return to the evacuation, and you must go on your way. Let's hope we don't need your wishes. If your arrival is indeed a message from Nandru, I hope he remembers his people well. I hope he is proud of us. And Marius, make it back to us in one piece.
I assume that's an order, Commandant?
Head through the door in the smithy. You'll find Kostya in the lava tubes beneath the keep. Go now, and go with the gods.
Outsider! That was a damn big explosion, wasn't it? Heard it down here above the sound of the anvils. What can I do for you?
blessed day. What would you like done? Very good. This shouldn't take long. Let me show you why the council chose me to be master of this forge.
This ought to be good.
It is done. I call it the Meteor Blade. Never before has anything I've crafted held such a wicked edge. Thank you for your kind words, outsider. I will take them to heart.
They went through this door. Be careful down there.
I know a few mycologists who could die happy here.
Let's not spend any more time there. Magma's getting awfully high. You might want to hurry.
Worse than rot!
You left.
Worse than rot!
We're in a bit of a rush, Envoy.
Kostya left them behind to die. Blessed Korba.
worse than rot! Whack 10! Get on me! I think worse than rot! Whack 10!
Look right!
I think worse than rot! I think worse than rot! I think...
Glad that's over.
Voices silenced.
Kostya is going to start without us if we don't get a move on, dearie.
I think worse than rot! Whack 10! I think worse than rot!
Look left.
They wound us, and we wound in return.
worse than rot! Worse than rot!
On the left!
You're right!
Worse than rot! Worse than rot! Worse than rot! Like 10!
To your left!
Worse than rot! Worse than rot!
I get how that
Worse than rot! Worse than rot! Worse than rot! Worse than rot! Easy him! Worse than rot!
Kostya isn't going to wait around for us. Keep moving.
night, when will the sun rise?
Worth and rot! Worth and rot! Worth and rot!
On the left!
Worth and rot!
Kostya doesn't care who dies. That Korba must be stopped. We need to keep moving. We're gonna catch Kostya.
Worth and rot! Cool Black 10! Worth and rot! Worth and rot! Easy him!
That it?
Kostya knew about this, he'd be selling tickets.
I'd come across references to this before, but nothing.
We too.
A spark. Daylight. Essence we have not felt in centuries.
You. I know you. God. Speak.
No. Here. Now. It cannot be.
My sister. Soul of my soul. How did you find me here? A god beyond the grasp of gods. What is the wield to a man subject to one like them? I told Sabadal not to look for me. I did not wish to be found. I have been here for so long. My memories are tattered. They fall apart when I look too long at them. But I was a man called Nandru once, beloved of a terrible god. I remember it all. I feel Sabadal's mind beneath yours, swimming in the deep. You should run. That was the name they gave themselves, stolen from the ancient souls whose deaths gave rise to them, to us. We were little more than appendages to them. That is why I must ask you to destroy them. You have seen them, as I have. Memories of their ancient, chosen children. Rips in the fabric between the here and the beyond that allow the dreams of the dead to leak through. Memories of the Akida. People like you, or I, who loved Sabadal and were betrayed by them. This land was once a jungle, rich, alive. I saw it through their eyes. The people tried to look after themselves, to rely less on Sabadal. But to be relied upon was all their god desired. They felled a tree, and for that slight, Sabadal turned their world to ash, ignited the breath in their lungs, and made their people into dust. Sabadal burned the world, and the people who revered them suffered for it. So that I would be confronted every day with what our God had done. So that I would not grow weak and give in. So that I would not go to them and do what they have asked of you. So that I would never set them free. No. Their final death came later. A gift to the Akida from the true gods, who wished to bring their children back to them. Back to her. The rightful queen. She is the center. The center of everything. They shield you from the truth of what they are. The Dream Scourge has existed as long as they have. Don't you see? It is their infection. You, my sister, who are more brave than I, go now to the garden and hang the gardener from their tree. You need only walk a little more. You are nearly at the end. You know, I always meant to die down here. To siphon my soul into a lonely pillar, disconnected from the stone that makes our world. Disconnected from them. I only hope that Sabadal releases you to the same long peace. I do not know my end. In that I find a peace beyond any even the true gods can dream of. It is only a door, carved and warded by my own rough hands. It knew me. It will know you, because the same thorn tears at us both. Do not thank me. Only do as I asked. Destroy them, sister. And when you see Wodika, tell her I said hello.
Envoy, you alright? We lost you there for a bit, but not like before.
Another day, another chat with Samadra. Though this one seemed different.
That amulet. It's...
Andra's titties, how far down does this place go? So, do we have a plan for Kostya once we find him?
Kostya's already proven himself an enemy of Solace. Whatever you choose to do with him at this time is fine with me.
Finally! We found the gates! Quick, let's find Kostya.
Lava's rising. We have to stop this now.
Good, you're here. Help me destroy this winch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it. I figured you might have. Bloodthirsty. You people just can't help yourselves. Guilty as charged. I was the one guiding Dolna. Mihala's sin is that despite her preoccupation with traditions and oaths, she has no curiosity. I had all the time to figure out what books I needed to acquire for the Steel Garrote. Then I had Dolna, our young novice, steal them from the archives for the Steel Garrote. By the way, is that novice still alive? And what of the Steel Garrote? Should I assume they're all dead as well? I could have used them. I could have fixed everything. But you've done me a favor in a way. So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here. Doomed by an oath to a dead man. Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath. Then my conviction only grows stronger, Envoy. Nandru never wanted what was best for us. He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it. Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you.
Well, he has a point. But it's not worth letting Solace fall to prove it.
You, of all people, are speaking in favor of the suffocating grasp of tradition.
I'm talking about not destroying our ancestral home just because you don't like Nandru. You're just as blinded by those traditions as Mihala. Have the courage to leave if you want, but don't force everyone else to.
Ha! Finally! Proof she's got a spine. Well, Envoy, now's your chance. Are you going to be a good little minion and do as she asked? Or will you let me save my people from themselves?
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
Stand down, Kostya. This just isn't your day.
Envoy, I understand that Kostya grates on the nerves, but perhaps we should...
So be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just beyond this door. I always knew it would come to this.
Worse than rot! It's worse than rot!
done. Solace is safe. Thank the gods.
Did the keep look as confining before?
Never thought I'd be so glad to see those blessed walls.
Is complaining about the lack of ingredients again.
Fuituli, I've never been happier to see the keep
I
standing
told
tall.
you. I knew that a Deeren was a blessing.
You did not say that.
We're alive! We're alive!
I still can't believe that sucker sub Jitulia Kostya would go that far.
What happened to Deeren? Is everyone all right? It is all I can ask for. Thank you. I cannot explain how afraid I was for my people and our home. Perhaps so. Either way, I understand now the nature of my errors. It will not happen again. Here. I once was this artifact's custodian, but I failed in protecting the keep. This belongs to one who has proven capable of guarding my people. I wish so much that things had gone differently. Marius, could I speak to you?
Right, did she just ask that? Or am I having another nightmare? Well, at least we'd all be together in prison. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm so glad you're safe and that you're surrounded by good people.
All right, waiting for the but?
There's no but waiting. That's all I wanted to say. Truly. I am genuinely happy you found friendship, Marius. You always deserved more than the world gave you. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, you've always given me more than I deserved.
It was a true thing.
Welcome back, friend.
Closer. We have waited so long.
I feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solace Keep fall.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
Solace is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
Exactly.
The Pargrunen have always had the choice to leave, and we've seen very few take it, dear.
Amalia and her people took up arms and turned to banditry, and they still weren't allowed to leave. If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now. You're right. There's no use in second-guessing it.
True. And you've a date with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
And that's not all. Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fjord, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
Who knew an archmage could be so relatable?
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear ya. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
That's the spirit. And funny you should mention it. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind.
Sanity won't get us through the garden. Madness opens the mind to discovery. So madness is what we need right now. Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sappadal, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan? For once, I'm all out of ideas. Anyone else?
I'm a soldier. I prefer leaving these decisions to people like you, but if you're asking for input, I don't entirely disagree with Ludwig on this. She may be a monster, but she's not the only one the Living Lands has seen. Sappadal could render this whole island as barren as the tusks in a fit of anger.
Sappadal caused the Dream Scourge. All of this pain. I don't think I can forgive that. Especially after seeing Iancu. I just can't let that go.
Think of what we could learn from Sappadal. Perhaps there's a way we can keep everyone alive.
Sappadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the Living Lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in. Good. Who said it has to be? Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
You're gonna get me going too. We're with you. All the way.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
Wonder if Yatsli... We brought our ladder. Well, that's convenient.
worse than rust!
Is he really an Archmage? I get the feeling I'd actually like
It's worse than rust! Worse than rust! On your right!
Watch your light!
Nice! Good fight.
It's worse than rust!
I think this is the only way down. After you. Cannonball!
Worse than rust! Ihaise!
Walk like a top.
Isehe!
Child.
Worse than rust!
A breath held. Trepidation. You are close, yet distant still. Your soul is small. The essence weighs like the sea on your chest. We feel the pressure, darkness, yet somehow strengthened resolve. We wonder. We did not foresee this. A debt of knowledge, we concede. The sky is green, the fish breathes air. We can no longer imagine. We would run. Roll with the tide, sink our fingers into new earth. Whisper in the fields, lift the hills gently in our hands. Disturb the dirt, but spare the blooms. Shake the roots slowly. Vengeance denied, squandered. This cannot be. We spoke of growth. We speak of freedom when the hand still clasps around our throat. Wake now. Find us.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Or am I going mad? What is the meaning of this? It can't be real. This is an illusion. A joke. Tell me we're both seeing the same thing. The past coming back to haunt me. Why am I cursed to see this again? Why does the memory follow me wherever I go? Wanna know what I think? I think someone's laughing at me. Whoever is responsible, I'm tired of the bullshit. Step forward and answer for yourself, coward!
Godlike of Sapadal, Long have we awaited you.
Finally, you've come home.
It's not just me, right? The plants are talking.
Oh my gods. They're alive? How? Where would I even begin?
Giada Castel, welcome.
Wait, you know me? How do you know me?
For centuries, our whispers filled the silence. Then we heard your mother's call.
My mother? You heard her?
She reached out to us, using the tool you now carry.
But that would have been years ago. The first time she used the phantasmal focus. The only time she used it.
We heard, and Sapadal answered, saying in a great voice, "We are here. You have found us."
But when Sapadal speaks, the living lands trembles. The voice of a god can be a terrible thing.
No, this can't be. What exactly happened to my parents? Tell me, please. I need to know.
Sapadal wanted to be heard, and in so doing, twisted your family in body and soul, broke them into a more suitable shape.
Sapadal does not know the limits of their strength. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made? Do you have any idea what my life has been since your little mistake?
After the incident, your parents were like us, and we took pity, so we helped them move on, as they wanted.
In the end, they thought only of you, their pride, and their love.
That's it. That's really it. The answer I've been searching for all these years. Sapadal destroyed my family. I know they are. My mother and father would not have wanted this. A good animancer embraces death. And they were the best. I don't hold you responsible. I don't even know if I hold Sapadal responsible. Your god has the intelligence of a scatterbrained goat. But that isn't their fault. It's simply how they came into being.
We are companions, toys, diversions. Sapadal fashioned us out of dreams and memories.
I can't believe it never occurred to me. They're animats. Ancient vessels held together with duty and loyalty. Their design is unusual, organic, much like the garden itself. Sapadal's work. All this time, your god has been making imaginary friends, drawing pictures on the walls of their cell. It's almost too sad to imagine. One final question, spirits. What is this? Why are you trying to ruin my life again? Is this your way of haunting me? What is it you want?
Not to be pedantic, but that was 4 questions.
We want to apologize on Sapadal's behalf, and for the part we played in your sorrow.
They want to apologize. I came to the garden for answers, not to offer forgiveness. Easier said than done. Damn it. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Sapadal has been trapped here for millennia. Alone. Confused. Screaming into the void for anyone who will listen. When they heard the voice of a stranger, they overreacted. How can I hold that against you? Apology accepted.
Thank you, Giada. And thank you, Godlike, for bringing her all this way.
The time has come for you to find your patron, as you were meant to.
Now that you have returned to the garden, Sopadal has everything they need. We will fade, as all things fade.
Don't be. Nurtured or neglected, every garden dies in time. We will return to the soil from which we emerged. In time, you will do the same.
A garden is whatever you plant in it.
Sopadal wishes to be understood, as all mortals do. Seen, as all mortals are. What you see is the truth, glimpsed through their eyes, and they wish to share it. May the living lands receive you with open arms. Farewell.
Goodbye. We need to talk about this, but not here.
Give her space, dearie. Giada will speak more when she's ready.
I see the disciple has found her way into the cell.
No. Clarion Steel, we know this voice. Why is she here?
I would strike you down for that. Unfortunately, I can use you.
Out. Out. Her voice pierces our skin.
Look at this place. A quagmire of your parasite's worst instincts. Can you even begin to grasp the forces that you tamper with? Apparently, I must. The situation is worse than I perceived. Do you think you're special, with your god's thorn in your side? Do you believe you can hold dominion over chaos itself? When even the collective fury of the real gods could only confine the sniveling creature to this wasteland. Who else would have the strength?
It is true. She twists the knife. The seas run red with memory.
In time, the gods felt the wretched powers seeping through this land. Its madness would consume us all if it was not contained. Chaos threatens us all. We will ensure order prevails. A pity that its followers could not be reasoned with. Of course I did. The poor godless, worshipping the very thing that subsumed them. We could not excise the rot and spare the roots that nourished it. You dare claim the domain of the gods is trivial? Mind your tongue. Your blasphemy strains my patience.
Why does our prison not protect us? Help us! Silence her!
Listen to its tantrum. It knows neither order nor sense. Adir is the only thing holding back the tide of entropy. The answer is obvious to those with the courage to accept it. You are here now. There's still time to succeed where Ludwig failed. Face your false god and end its reign of terror permanently. Very well. I cannot force a child to bend to my will. But I will not stand by and watch you undo my work. You should have thought more carefully before you broke your oath to the Empire. Let this be a lesson to you.
Never understood Wodika's appeal. Still don't.
I never thought I'd learn of the Godless's fate from their killer.
Another glorious battle.
actual working magfolk? It isn't looking this way, is it?
Worse than wrath!
The envoy needs healing.
I think worse than wrath! Worse than wrath! I think worse than wrath! I think worse than wrath!
What is that? I know that place, right? Oh no. No. Why is this? They're dead. Like, it just happened. Like I remember.
This is the moment I found you, bundled and crying, while our parents died.
Viate. You're not here. You can't be here.
I am dead, Viate, from the Dream Scourge. We are in the garden. As strange as this seems, it is normal here. I can't be certain of that. I know that I am here, and for a purpose.
Oh, I have faced this already. Why force me to do it again? Then for the gods' sake, what is it? I am exhausted, Viate. I can't take much more of this.
You know where we are. This is my memory. When everyone died, and I found you back in your tent. How much of this do you remember? I can't tell from your eyes.
We dealt with Razvan. He got what was coming to him.
I have as much closure as I'm going to get. I am part of this land's god now. A dream of the land.
Were you always such a blessed day poet? Or is that a death thing?
Sapadal wants to understand. They know your envoy very well, but not the people next to them.
I have what I needed. We dealt with Razvan. We avenged our parents' deaths.
Then maybe it was I who needed to speak with my Viate. With a clear mind this time. Even when we were children, you kept me alive, first by needing my protection, and then by being who you turned out to be. When you left Solace, it was like I lost more than my best friend. I lost my need to live.
I know. And I'm not sure I'll ever live that down. I don't think I know how.
You've always done everything you could to survive. It's time for you to learn how to live.
So, what do we do now? What? Worse than Ianku's tragic death?
I can't say I loved that part most.
We've both been through so much. But I can see that it's all behind us now. Just another thing we've survived after all this time.
A fine way to put it. I see it too. You've come a long way from that scared boy who refused to wear shoes for fear a bug might crawl out of it.
That was you, Nimdut. Look at my feet. Shoes. Kamayu.
Get out of here. Hike up your waistline and go talk to a god. They'll be waiting.
Well, it was good to see you, Viate. Even with all this.
Take care of my little friend, Envoy. He needs you more than he'll say.
Worth and wrath!
Nice! I felt that one! Nothing like a win with...
Worth and wrath!
All this time, I thought my parents died in a freak accident. An experiment gone awry. A mistake. And in a way, they did. But it wasn't their mistake. It was Sappadal's. Generous? Perhaps. Until I knew the whole story, there was never anyone to blame. This whole experience has me considering my family's work in a different light. Look at what my mother accomplished. Armed with her research and her wits, she found a god. When you speak to a god, it's nothing. Barely a reflex. But for the rest of us, it's unimaginable. No Animancer can live up to that. Certainly not me. I thought their legacy was a curse, and I could only break it by completing their work. I was wrong. As an animancer, I do admire them. I really do. As their daughter, it's complicated. One thing is certain. When it comes to animancy, I need to unlearn some of my old assumptions. I wanted to tame the spirit of the living lands. Now, there's so much about it I don't understand. And it's creepy, but wonderful. They probably won't even notice me. But stranger things have happened. I believe the power flowing out of the garden drove this island mad. That has to end. Through animancy, we could help the living lands recover. It would take a lifetime, maybe more, but that's a small price to pay. Then again, who am I to interfere with an ecosystem that I barely understand? On the other hand, half the fun of animancy is stirring the pot and getting into trouble. I think I know what I want, but there are too many variables to consider. What do you think? I have a lot of catching up to do, and plenty of room to grow. But I think you're right. So be it. Starting today, I don't have to live up to anyone's example. Animancy can be whatever I make of it. I know they would be. And not just because some ancient plans told me so. Now I just have to decide which field of research to pursue. But no need to bore you with the details. I've only got one lifetime as Giada Castel, so I'd better make it count. Hey, you helped me through a very difficult time. I just wanted to say thank you.
Giada's parents would be proud, and maybe a bit worried.
I came here to help you do whatever you're supposed to do with your god friend. Instead, I'm here talking to dead people. I think it did. He really did seem at peace, right? I imagine most encounters with dead old friends don't, go so well. I owe a lot of that to you, Envoy. You helped me be someone who could handle Sokka like that. Thank you. I will say, it's not really what I expected when I started tracking you and Kai back in Paradise. You're in a good place, then. Strange seems to follow you like dust gnats. It's been a bit of a ride, Envoy. I feel like it's coming to an end. One way or another. I don't know. Maybe the unexpected isn't so bad after all. I never expected you and I would become friends. Quick note. If you tell any of the others I said that, I'll poison your drink. Anyway. You too.
Hey, Giada. How are you holding up after seeing those, plant people?
Well...